A country that spits upon its heritage, it's a dead country. Those were the famous words of Ubaba Credo Vusamazulu Mutwa. Umoya wakhe ungakontinua ulale ngokuthula. A man who was born on the 21st of July 1921 and sadly died on the 25th of March 2020. It's an honor and a privilege for me to share stories saga Ubaba Credo Mutwa. For those who might not know or heard of Babu Vusamazulu, was an author and the last great, some say was the last great Isanusi, a Zulu diviner, a sangoma, traditional healer, a sculpture. So before continuing, I'd like to greet everyone. I started on a higher note, so I need to greet everyone around the world. My name is Siposetu Mlambisa. Some call me Usipo. This is the Quest Podcast. Ndingugaba ocinga shuthi thibo nozinga umuntu omlambo umngosi nomsuthu ngokwakho. I'm here to share. I'm embarking this journey of self-discovery, and I was a person who used to consume a lot of content there, say America, England, those podcasts about the Joe Rogan experience, Lex Friedman podcast, The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. But now I've made a conscious decision. I was like, who am I? I need to study where I come from and my people. My people, abo Baba Vusamazulu, Credo Mutwa. My people, abo Engenas Lachanyane. My people, abo Mme Christina Makoturinku. My people, abo Archbishop PJ Masango. My people, abo Archbishop Babu Shabalala, Babu Nkosi. My people, abo Shembe. Africans who taught us African ways in very difficult times. That's why I say the late 1800s and the early 1900s gave birth to the greats. Babu Shabalala, Me Christina, Baba Credo Mutwa. You name them. Isaiah Shembe. You name them. So I'm paying honor and privilege because of we're living in a country where the youth don't care about history. I remember back when I was in high school, I used to be told that history Madam Kopo and all those things. Then went to science, did science. But you realize that we're losing ourselves. As you grow older, you realize that no, we need to go back. We need to know ourselves. The highest form of education is knowing yourself. Credo Mutwa, on one of his interviews he said, why are people treating me like this while he was still alive? He even cried on the interview that He's been treated badly. He's been called a wizard. Ubizwa njengomthakathi. Where else he wants to help the country. Ati, yena bekayini? Because if people could crucify Son of God, who we call Jesus, crucify him on the cross, spit on him, and if Buddha, Lord Buddha, can die a lonely death under a tree, if Prophet Mohammed, may peace be upon him, can be poisoned by one of his wives and die, Baba Mutwa yena bekuyini? He said that. He said that, Baba Mutwa, and I felt it, and it hit me. It hit home. It made me ask a lot of questions. It reminded me of why do we actually crucify, kill the people who save us, the people who have the best interest, our best interest at heart, the people who love us. Why? It got me touched, remembering all the greats who left us and fought for this freedom that we're having today. And they had to practice spirituality under difficult circumstances because of the apartheid government. They saw that African spirituality has power. We have power. That's why we continue being suppressed. Like we were suppressed with the Witchcraft Act of 1957, where they wanted Christianity to be the dominant, and what else? They vilify the African indigenous knowledge. If you practice that, you've been deemed a witch, which demonizes, vilifies. Isanusi, like Abu Baba Credo, who gave us amazing work like Abu Ndaba, My Children, a Zulu Shaman, amongst many books, an author who's respected globally, who also from time to time was involved in the political arena. As on my previous videos, I did mention this, the political power, the prophetic power, and the priest power, the three powers. Priest power is when you are being elected to become a priest in the church. You're part of the church furniture. Whereas the political power, it is the power which you people elect those leaders. Those leaders whom you elect, and they end up causing terror, cause a reign of terror to the people elected. Sometimes we don't trust God. Sometimes we don't listen to prophets. We wanna do a popularity contest where we pick people whom we love. And then those people, at the end of the day, you find out that person is a tyrant, is a dictator, only cares about himself. It causes terror, it inflicts pain, it causes atrocities. And that person, sometimes he's against us. He becomes a comprador. an agent for those who oppress us. Comprador bourgeoisie. Whereas the prophetic power, you are being called by God. And people will deem you as crazy, but they are lying. Credo Mutwa said it in his own ways that people said, no, yahlanya. He even foresaw the issue of HIV and AIDS. He foresaw. But they say, no, when credo yahlanya. That's not possible. How many credos are out there? How many prophets are out there whom people vilify? Abangabathathi serious, abangabalaleli. Next. And now, sukulalela mahone emali. There's a story where in a village, a man who had no money, a very simple and humble man who loved his people. And he actually was leading those people very well, was their leader. Everyone was happy. Everyone was thriving. He cared about them. He loved them. Created opportunities for the villagers. But then came a man with money, Mula, Male Pep. And he said he wanted to rule and govern these people. And then, yes, he did. And then Aholela Bantu Kufeni gave people money. People started consuming alcohol excessively, drugs. Children were prostituted. Abuse was rife. People lost their identity. They lost who they were. That's why you see that there are some people who were born with this thing, not buying their way through with money, with material. We must try and live a minimal life and humble ourselves in this journey of life. Otherwise, this life will humble us in a bad way. Humble yourself before the Son of the Lord shall elevate you. But most kukumeza when you've got a lot of pride, life has a way you go. Awuzwa abanye bathela umhlaba uyahlaba. Mina kuna dustbin yokulahlela abantu. You need to love one another. So, a story of Credo Mutwa, 1976. Before Ngama riots, he was living at Deep Kloof, Soweto, where Mamkhulumela Manga and they said Baba Mutwa said that they must send soldiers to kill the youth. And it doesn't make sense. How can Baba Mutwa tell the apartheid government to kill abantwana base Soweto, whereas he has also kids there? So you get to see Guti. Sometimes the devil is ever ngenye indlela ukulwisana nabantu. So people saw it like as if Ubaba Mutwa is apartheid spy for the Afrikaners who were governing the country on behalf of the British monarch who colonized us. So people like Abu Hendrik Verwoerd, the architect of apartheid, the man who was assassinated, and people like P.W. Botha, a man in 1985 during the Easter holidays went to the Sisi, and at the time there was terror in the country. There was a lot of conflict. People were dying, and as history tells us that Oliver Tambo told them that you must make this country ungovernable because of the fighting for the end of apartheid, which was deemed a crime against humanity, in which blacks still haven't been reparated, haven't been, they're still being marginalized. They're still at the bottom of the food chain, still continuing through this neo-colonialism, where the people who colonized us, the British, they are still in charge. Their companies in charge of the mines, but the beers, Anglo-American, you name them, these multinationals who care about profits, this capitalistic country we're living in, where state-owned entities have been dismantled, and the rise of the private sector now, these multinationals. There's a monopoly now of this conglomerate. They've created this oligopoly by these oligarchs. So it is what it is. So going back to History Sagababu Credo Mutwa, those children were so angry and they banned a village Motwa. They broke those sculptures he made, artifacts. They burned Nendlu Yaki to ashes. And they actually wanted to kill Ubaba Credo. Prophets that are going through a lot. Isanusi, traditional healers. Sometimes you feel pain. And not fake ones. Not fake, because now there's a rise of fake prophets, fake traditional healers, who wanna claim Utibona Isanusi. But when you look at their fruits, oh, they're not impacting people. They're using abanye abantwana. Bavala abanye abantwana imimoya. They hate abanye abantwana. They abuse amathwasana. It's sad. Charge a exorbitant amounts of money. Umntwana makabuya can't see focal. They traumatize these children. Umntwana uyahamba yekuthwaseni, then babenza yonke le mikhumo emibi. Then umntwana makabuya bekakahle, sekabuya sekayi ungena imimoya eminingi, ama-spirits, because bathwele some of this sangomas and bathwele ngezinto ezinzima, and they're sleeping with amathwasana. They're sleeping with boys. Now umntwana makabuya ekuthwaseni, now he's all of a sudden he's gay. Yeah, but what happened? Ask yourself. My spirits, I'm gonna make a video about this false prophets and how they operate, and how, guys, you need to be careful with these people. They are destroying all in the name of Kutipona Banceda. And then they're paid a lot of money and doing fuck all. And no one is holding them accountable. They're suffering, they're crying. They're being raped, all those bad things they've been taught isn't the A person Magabuya can't heal, can't do fuck all. Because of into by kichimisile it's money. Into by kichimisile imimoya abantu they must sleep with lamatwasana baktatele. To become a spiritually gifted person is not a child's play. It's hard. You become a target. Like Jesus. They hated on Jesus as much as he healed people. Credo, as much as he helped people, but still people were hating on him. They burned his house. Had to move to Mafikeng. And when he narrates the story of how they burned the house, he was crying that Deep Kloof has caused a lot of pain. He told his daughter, Unozipho, that abantu bakamoto they don't abaphindiseli, they should bayidlulise this thing, and then went on to stay at Kuruman, Northern Cape, where sadly he died khona Baba Credo at the age of 98. And the state actually revamped his home, but it took them long. He always told the state that, guys, give me a chance. Would they? The state don't give you a chance. They go and give African spiritual healers a chance. Because makafika lapho uzobatshela indaba zabo, they are corrupt. They are compradors. They are charlatans. All they know is chow the money. They don't want to be held accountable. That's why they'll never allow people, they will never allow the Babu Credo to be there to advise them to those storms. He even predicted the incident there, 9/11, that happened in America where they bombed there. That there's gonna be a bombing there. Baba Credo Mutwa foresaw that thing. Then people like piggies it's hard. Even said that umoya wako katele. May his soul rest in peace, and Baba Vusamazulu. Yeah, I'm gonna do part 2. This is part 1. Peace. I hope you like, you share, you comment on the comments below, and subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you can get future uploads. This is your host, Soweto Mlambiso Gaba Xesha Nozinga Umntana Mlambo Ngosini Umsuthu Umjobi, signing out. Peace. Tango.